What do you want? What do you want? What? What do you want? Look at those eyes. She's crazy.
This is literally every morning.
Jules, are you excited to go to the park? Yeah, let's shake it. There we go. Ready?
Good morning, good morning. In this video, I think I'm just gonna sketch using a single marker. Because I think a lot of you don't have a lot of markers to work with, and I didn't have that as well, and it was kind of frustrating to try to figure out how to use just a few markers. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. I'm gonna stick to one single marker, and I'm gonna show you how you can use that to sketch different shades, different products, and kind of get almost 3 markers into one. So it's gonna be a cool video. Alright guys, so I'm back home, and hopefully Jules is gonna chill out for a few minutes now so I can get this video done. The next part is to pick a marker. So when I'm gonna do this for this video, since I'm just gonna use one single marker, I'm gonna use one, the saturation that's kind of in the middle. So I don't want an oversaturated color because that's too much. That's going to be too much in the darker shade. I want something in the middle, in between. So kind of a pastel almost shade of the color. And we do have a few to choose from. So it's gonna be fun to see which one we can pick out of these. And also, don't forget your coffee.
Alright, so after trying a few of these out, I ended up with these two, and they are pretty much the same color, just different brands. So this is a Touch New marker, and this is a Copic marker. You can find both of these in the link in the description below if you want to go get either one of these. I think this is actually a pretty good color to use if you're just gonna use one single color, because it's kind of not too saturated, but still you got some color in there, so you can go over layers and layers and add some depth.
Alright guys, so what I'm gonna start with is doing a few simple basic shapes and try to get the shading done on those. And then I'm gonna make a car inside view and try to shade that with markers using just one of these two. I'm gonna try both of them and just see which one I like the most, and then pick the one that just feels right. To start with, as I said, I'm gonna make a simple cube very quickly, like that. And then I will shade these surfaces with this single marker and let you know what to think about when you're using a single marker, how to get the different shades. So let's say this is surface number 1, this is surface number 2 and 3. So this will be the lightest one, the middle shade, and the darkest one is going to be number 3. First of all, let's see what these markers have to give. I like that. It's a good shade. Let's try the Copic one. I like that too. The Touch New seems to be a bit more saturated. For this one, I'm gonna go with the Copic one because I feel it's easier to control the flow of ink with the speed. I went fast on both of these, and you can see that the Touch New is already a bit too saturated for my taste. They are great markers, but for this specific test, I kind of want to use this one. So, if you want to use one marker and you want to have a light shade, the most important thing I would say is speed. So you want to keep the speed up and just go over it really fast. Like that. I don't care if I go over the lines with the markers, it doesn't matter to me. I can always go back and fix it with a one of these fine liners or a big pen just to clean it up later. For surface number 2, still about speed. I'm gonna do exactly the same speed that I did on the first surface. Maybe fill in these, add just a bit more. What I'm gonna do here now though is I'm gonna go through it one more time, but I'm gonna cross it the other way. So I'm gonna go over it this way now. And all of a sudden we have
to me, this looks like two different markers. You have one light shade and then a darker shade of the same color. It's kind of cool how you can do that with just one single marker. And by the way, this is not marker paper. This is regular print paper. So it doesn't matter if you're using it. If it works on print paper, I'm pretty sure it's going to work on marker paper as well. Now, to get the darkest tone out of these markers, these are alcohol-based markers. I want to go a bit slow. I don't have to rush this side at all because I want as much saturation as possible. And I can tell that this marker is actually starting to get dry, which is not optimal for this test. So I'm going to switch it over to the Touch New marker in just a second here. But as you can see, I'm just continue to fill it in. So I know that all the surfaces are filled in. Then I want to go over it like I did with surface number 2. So just cross shade. Adding some more pigments in there. Right now this is still wet, so I'm gonna wait a little bit until it dries, and then when it's dry, I'm gonna go over it one more time. And that's kind of the secret to getting that additional depth of saturation into your sketches when you're just using one single marker, is to wait until it dries and then go over it one more time. And I'm going to show you one more thing that you can do if you want even darker tone that you can get out of this single marker. So let's say this is all dry now. It feels pretty dry. So right now I'm just going to go over it one more time to really stretch the performance of this marker and get it as dark as I want it to, as possible, basically. There we go. So we have the cube. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the same cube, but I'm gonna use the Touch New now and speed this up so you can see the result. I'm gonna do the exact same steps that I did with the Copic marker. You can put up Copic right there, and then we have Touch New right here. So let's see how this goes. So there we go. I think the Touch New markers did an exceptional job doing this, actually. It does have a lot more pigments or saturation to the marker. That's probably because this is not even supposed to be the exact same color. But the Touch News are doing great. I've been using these for about 3 or 4 years now. And you can get them, as I said, in the link below if you're interested in getting these. These are the, I would say budget markers, but they perform really well, so they're really good starter markers as well. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna continue to use the Touch New and put this aside because unfortunately this is starting to go dry. And I'm gonna try and do a full car inside view using just a single marker. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the extra step if you want to have it even darker, for example on shade number 3 here, is to use a pen. So pretty much everybody has a pen available, so you can go over the third surface with just the pen and cross shade like this, just to kind of visualize that it's even darker than the marker can give you. It's just an extra tip. Not everybody likes it, but I use it sometimes in my sketches just to give it some more sketchiness. And I kind of like it. Use it if you want, or just use the markers by themselves. Right now, let's get into the car sketch.
So I think it turned out pretty good considering I'm only using a single marker here. I didn't want to use black because black in itself for me is kind of using a marker. So I just used the marker that we used up top in the cube, and then just added those kind of line shading just to get the even darker shade in the center of the body right there. We have it. We can use one single marker to create some cool sketches. I think the most important thing to think about is the layering. You want to wait in between the layers so that the markers dry before you apply the second layer, and that's how you're gonna get the gradients within one single marker. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, and if you like this video, hit the like button. It means a lot to me. I will see you next time.